Hello everyone, welcome to my October Feng Shui and Flying Stars series where I talk about all of the 8 sectors and helping you and pointing you in the right direction so that you can use and optimize everything you're doing by your space. Greetings everyone. If you are new to me, my name is Kathleen Zemansky. Welcome to this channel. We're really happy that you're here, and maybe one of the reasons you're here is that this year has been a little bit trying for you, or you're just finding ways to improve your bottom line when it comes to using your space. So did you know that using your Feng Shui in the proper way, you are actually it's helping you to achieve your goals. Your space is doing that. So there's many different ways that we can achieve our goals. We can just have this task list and I'm gonna go do this and these are the steps that I'm gonna be taking. Well, this is the insider information. This truly is the way for you to start tapping into all of the great possibilities of Chinese metaphysics. So let's go on over. We're specifically talking about the year of the metal rat. This has been the energy that's been causing a lot of problems for a lot of people, but let me see how I can get you out of the weeds in this, okay? The first thing I would love for you to do, especially if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you have been watching me for a while, go ahead and like every video that you watch. Please leave a comment and of course share. Ring that bell and then you'll get all the notifications of all of the stuff that is coming out of my office, which is quite a bit, and I'll tell you about that along the way during our presentation today. So if you haven't noticed, we've been going through some major big shifts. We talked about this at my annual event in January about how tumultuous this year is going to be, and that you needed to do things differently. You have to, no matter what your business was, no matter what you have going, whatever you've been doing in the past probably isn't going to be working anymore. I said this in January, the beginning, it was mid-January before COVID hit the Western world. Now we knew that there was something going on over in the Eastern countries, but we didn't know to what extent and to how it was going to ravage the rest of the world. So now we're in it. And so if you haven't already pivoted to finding a new way to reach out to your clientele, don't wait any longer, because we really do need to work in a very different way. Okay, now the first thing that I want to tell you about, especially if you're new to my channel, is this is my business model that I have followed ever since the inception of my business, which is person, space, and time. And we can even add another ring around that that says universe. So person, space, time, and universe. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking mostly about the space, but we cannot move forward without really looking at one important piece. And this is your astrology. Everything I do is always personalized. There's never been like a unique, like, oh, this is, for everyone. There are certain schools of Feng Shui that talk about the wealth corner or the relationship corner. That is an impossibility. If that was true, we'd all be filthy rich and we'd all be in perfect relationships. And if this year has done anything, it has shown you that life is messy. Let's just put it that way. Life is messy. So this is where we can unpack some of the negative energy in your space, but first we have to figure out how to personalize it to you. So my suggestion is go over to freebusinessastrology.com. That is also linked below. And you want to run the chart for yourself and people that you are sheltering in space with. So this is where you can start looking at how to use the space wisely. Now, the first thing I want you to also understand is that the chart has a very specific direction in which I want to talk to you about. I target business. So even though you can use this for all aspects of your life, just like you can in your astrology, but what I really want to let you know is how I can best serve you is if you are in business, you're working, or wanting to get back into the workforce, because I realize in one fell swoop, industries just disappeared. And if that is you, I am sincerely, sincerely sorry. And I hope you get back on your feet very soon. one of the ways I believe we can get back on our feet very, very soon is start addressing what's happening in your space. Actually, I had someone comment yesterday. Thank you very much for this comment. And it was, I got to get things in order before I start doing Feng Shui. Stop on that comment. What I want you to start thinking about is when you act today and start taking care of the things that are essential for today. And to me, one of them is understanding what's happening in the feng shui of your space. When you start using the vibrant energies of the space and get away from the negatives, life is just going to be easier. Period. Life will be easier when you are in a better flow, right? When you're always up against the universe and you don't understand why things are going wrong, I would propose that it's something that's awry in your space. So let's see if we can get that working for you in a better way so that you can have a better outcome, okay? All right. So what I would like for you to do is go ahead and run that chart. And then the year, month, day, and hour, I talked about that in another series I did that I do, which is called TimeBlazr Tuesday. I talked about that all this morning already, so why don't you go ahead and listen to that video. I don't want to be redundant here, but you do want to grab your charts. Then the next thing that you're going to want to do is you may want to run over to TimeBlazr.com after you've listened to this video and listen to what my predictions were for the month of August. Also below is that link, and there's also a link from my annual event that talks about the dog specifically, because each month I talk about one of the 12 animals, and this is the dog month, so we are going to be talking a lot about the dog energy. That officially starts on October the 6th and leaves until next year. But it is November the 7th. So it's that time frame which the dog energy resides. Okay, so then let's talk about what you came here for today, and that is the space. So the first thing that I want you to look at is the annual flying star. So you can understand a little bit of my logic here on how I'm moving around this map. Is I want you to know that yesterday I started with the center. We're going to talk about the southeast palace today, and then we're going to go in a clockwise direction until we get back over to the east. So first of all, in the southeast for the entire year, we have leadership. So if you are looking to get that influencer status, if there was ever a year you have an opportunity to do that, it's this year. People are hanging out online, right? So this is where you can start having an influence with your communities by finding a way to reach them. That, by the way, is your year of birth that will help you get there. So finding out what that animal is, just go to my YouTube channel and then just plug in any one of the animals that you have in your natal chart, and it will give you a brief description of what to expect in the metal rat year. Now, we're in the month of October, so you got October, November, December, January. Do not wait to find out what this information is, because if you've got some really good energy supporting that animal for you this year, why wouldn't you figure out a way to tap into it and use it? So again, my stuff is time sensitive. You don't want to just set it and forget it. You want to keep augmenting it and keep making it better and better. Thereby, you will be better. So that's what you definitely want to know. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the monthly. Now, this monthly little chart here, I already talked about the center palace, and just so you can kind of understand my color coding here, when you see the red icons, those are the ones, let's get over to that slide. When you look at the red icons, those are the ones that are challenging, and the blue ones are going to be the positive. So in another thing you want to note on this little grid is that the annual number is always going to be on the right hand side, and the monthly is going to be on the left. And then when you put those two together, in this case, the southeast has an 8 and a 6, it starts telling you a story. And it starts telling you what energy is available. All right, so here's what I want you to understand. That, my clients, I have them do Feng Shui activations all the time. If you do one or two a month, that's great. It's like going to the acupuncturist and getting, needles in your body. And let's face it, most acupuncturists, if you're going into try to, fix something that you're an ailment or something like that, or prevention, 9 times out of 10, they're not going directly to like a headache or, some pain in your knee. They may, but they have figured out the system that is relating to any part of your body. Well, that's the same with Feng Shui. It's acupuncture for your space. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you in that flow. So all I really want you to do is when I tell you to go into that area, like I'm going to be telling you today, I want you to go put your body into that area. Simple as that. We could complicate it. We could make, a big hullabaloo about it. But what we want you to do is just take your body physically, and with devices like this, they're little computers. So to say, oh, I got a built-in and I can't, I would reverse that conversation in your head. There's a lot you can do if you're willing to try. So that's all I'm asking you to do. If you are in one of those negative areas, because that's where your office is located, just micromanage, if you will, by putting the floor plan, the blueprint, the energetic dial that I'm going to make available to you very soon. You're going to want to put that over the room in which you're working. So you can put it macro over the entire house or office building, or you can put it over just one room. Either way, you're going to want to go in that particular direction, sector, that area, and put your body in that area. That's not just facing. When I'm talking about southeast, I'm not asking you to face that area. I'm actually physically get into that area. You see the distinction? So one is location, the other is direction. Now you can use your directions as well. That's actually an important concept. But for right now, I just want you to, let's start simple. Get your body in the direction. Okay. Now, let's look at what this particular sector has to offer you, because it's actually quite nice in the month of October. So what we have is, truthfully, just great success. We want you to understand that this particular area is very beneficial for stability, for control. So if you really are looking to have a little bit more stability in your life, certainly head over to the southeast sector. Now, this doesn't come without responsibility, though. It does mean that you're going to need to put in some effort, have some patience. Like you've got systems in place, or hopefully you've got systems in place, and you've sent out the proposals, and you've got some projects that you want to be working on. Give it a little bit of time, patience, for these things to start taking effect and reap the benefits. Now, this sector isn't about creating those systems. That would be, maybe other sectors, but this one is reaping the benefits of your efforts that you've already put in. So if you have been working all along at trying to acquire new clients, or maybe taking time to write programs or a book or something like that, if you have been doing that during this time, then this is where you're going to want to go into this area. Now remember, we have leadership already, so that's already putting you on the forefront if you're looking to get some really, good PR towards, your efforts, or, whatever channels that you're using to get your word out. This is now going to be like, now we're celebrating just a little bit. So anyway, you just need to be have a little bit of patience. So this combination is also about conserving your resources. So we're kind of storing up for the winter. So kind of think about in nature what, we do for getting through we have modern technology that all we have to do is order anything online anymore. We don't even need to grow our own food, although that's been a trend of what's been happening out of this crazy time. But nonetheless, this is where we can start storing and rejuvenating ourselves and, ready for that next move, if you will. But anyway, so you're going to store up, and then you're going to start sharing your wealth. And you're going to provide for your families, you're going to provide for your staff, and because you have enough, there's going to be enough for you as well, right? Okay, so I need you to believe in yourself. I need you to remain focused on the tasks at hand, and this is also a good time to invest in something that will grow in value over time. So I want you to start considering that you're valuable, that you have an asset, you have IP. So create things that will have value over time. And when you do that, then that is going to increase in value. And then that's the secret to where you want to go, is really that creation of value and then reaping the benefits from that going forward. Okay, let's see. Now what I'd like to show you, this was requested by someone who commented the other day. And you requested, if I can provide it for you, I certainly will. They asked me to superimpose this dial, this dial that is linked below if you're interested in getting that dialed. You're going to need an accurate floor plan. So that's step number one. You really need an accurate floor plan for this strategy to work. It's not that hard to do. It just maybe you just need to do a little bit of research to get it. But if you're renting or leasing, 9 times out of 10, your property manager will have that floor plan. And if you own a building, a lot of times it's in your closing docs. And if it's not in either of those places, then you're going to have to go online and find a resource to get somebody in to draft that floor plan for you. And then there's apps out there that you could use. And then there's that good old tape measure where you can go and just measure it out and do it yourself. So find a way and then get that done. Then you need to take an accurate compass reading. I've got videos on that already. When you download to get the free compass dial, and that's www.freecompassdial.com, there's instructions in there as well on how to take a compass reading and how to just put this over your floor plan. So it's all there for you. You just need to go and get it. All right, and so the other thing that I've done is I'm going to go around and put in the monthly numbers as we go around. So right now in the center we've got 9 and a 7, and then in the oops, I put it in the wrong area. I wonder if I can move it right now. No, I was going by the northeast southwest. This is actually needs to go in the southwest, so it's actually a 6-6 over here. I can't change it right now, but let's see if I can do that after. I'll correct that for you after. But basically, we're looking at the leadership over here, 6-6, and so that's what we've got going there. Okay. An 8-6, sorry, not an 8. It's not 6-6. It's 8-6. Sorry about that. That little blunder right there, but we'll get that fixed up for you. But all the descriptions that I told you about, that's there. So we're gonna move on for that. We'll get that straightened out, and then we can go on to our next piece here. Okay, so the next piece I want to tell you about is the Feng Shui dial. Now, this Feng Shui dial is also very important for you to understand. There's 2 dials that I'm making available to you for free. There's a third one, which is the Universal Gateway, but it's a little bit too complicated to get into all of that online for free. So we're just going to talk about the 2 that I can point you in the right direction here. So the thing that I want you to understand is that in the annual Feng Shui dial, and I'm going to just leave this slide up so I can talk about it for a second, is that we've got green areas, we have red areas, and then we have just everything else that doesn't have a color, void of color. They're either neutral or, you know, we kind of look at it in a very different way. But from the Feng Shui perspective, the southwest sector, southwest one where it says goat, the west sector that says rooster, and the northeast one that has the ox, those are the ones that are the most favorable. So then from there, what we need to do is we want to use those areas. And when I mean use, that means just go and put your body in those directions, right? Now, if it goes to a red zone, like in the north, the south, and in the east sector, in that east sector, you can see sort of a little green and red box there. That means that's enough red that we want to avoid it. So we want to avoid those conflict areas. And then what we're going to be doing now is then taking the flying star and the Feng Shui, layering them together. And then here's the real secret sauce to this, is finding where the best energy is at any given time, and then go ahead and spend time there so that you begin to absorb that vibrational energy that it would be coming in through the space. And that's why we do these updates at minimum once a year. There's long-term Feng Shui that goes beyond what we're talking about here. We're talking about more where we're going to get quick responses for what we need. We need more clients. We need to get programs sold, things like that. So this is to help your cash flow, help you get back into the flow as quickly as possible. Now, again, when we look at the floor plan here, this is where it shows up on this particular floor plan. I'm going to go right to the next slide, and then I'm going to talk about how we get into this particular dial here. So this is where we have both the flying star and we have the Feng Shui dial over it. So as you can see, we have the Feng Shui dial is the one with the green and the red in there. And then the next, there's one other layer that has green on it. And you can see in the south east sector we have the 6, and that's where we have the 8-6 show up. So my biggest advice is just avoid the southeast 3, which is the snake direction. It even says snake there. Just avoid that direction, but the southeast 2 and 1 are very good. Now we could go into, I mean, it's like we could train on just these one dials just for an entire day. But what I want you to understand is you could be in the entire southeast sector. Let me repeat that. You can be in the entire southeast sector. The only thing I don't want you to do is renovate, and I mean even banging a piece of artwork on the wall in the southeast 3, which is the snake direction. I'll go back to the slide so you can see that again, but you could be in that area. It's better if you're in one that's more vibrant, but for this particular month, it's pretty darn vibrant, especially if you've got something already in the works, like I was telling you before, where you can reap the benefits. So again, you can use this entire area because it's good for leadership. And we also have an 8-6 in the month of October, the dog month, starting when? October the 6th. Before October the 6th, we are in other energetic fields. So for this particular month, but truthfully, the southeast was not bad for last month either. But anyway, so this is where we want to start looking at that. All right. So if you are interested in getting those dials, the link is below, like I said, and you go to freecompassdial.com. All right. The last couple of things I want to tell you about is that we want to always use timing in this. So this is where the TimeBlazr is really going to help you. This is my proprietary personalized calendar system. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you're someone who is doing any type of launches, product program, service launches, you're launching a website, you're implementing some nice programs, things like that, you're going to want to do it on a good day and time. I did TimeBlazr Tuesday earlier in the day. That's already posted up on YouTube. So just go ahead and watch that. And if you're interested in getting a free 30-day trial, you certainly can do that by just going to free 30timetrial.com. That's listed below as well. And like I said, every week I do a weekly forecast of what is happening for the week. So you can follow me week by week and let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you're working on so we can help you achieve that goal as well. And then finally, just want to let you know that we are already in full swing of getting ready for the Metal Ox, which is happening February the 3rd. But I'm going to be talking about it quite extensively on January 16th and 17th of 2021. It's going to be a 2-day live stream event, and it's between 11 and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard. And the link that you need to go to is bit.ly/metal ox. So obviously I started out talking about the metal rat. I cannot express how important it is for you to understand these energies. For those of you who came to my event or have been following me for several years now, coming to my annual events, it really helps them prepare. When you start bringing in these energies to plan and map out your year, to be able to understand your chart, understand some of the trends that are going to be happening globally, which I talked about clearly at my annual event in January, understand the feng shui of your space. We set goals on an energetic level based on the energy that your chart and feng shui has. Is a pretty amazing event, and we've got super early bird tickets on sale right now. So if you're interested, go ahead and click on that link to lock in that price. All right, so we have completed 2 of the palaces. We have 7 more to go, and so we'll see you back here tomorrow to talk about the South Palace, which isn't so bad for being a wobbly energy in 2020, but we have a little bit of reprieve here, so this might be an opportunity to just check in there, and we'll talk about that and how you can do that tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have an amazing rest of the day. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great rest of your day.